This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of June 3rd, 2019. Well, we're in the thick of it. Question is, what in the world is it? The atmosphere is confusing and diffused and hazy. It's as if our brains are cushioned with cotton or swimming with illusion, with dreams of escapism. We are being bombarded with all kinds of different shadings of the truth, and in many cases, outright lies. It's a very weird time. Have you ever driven on a mountain road that went higher and higher and higher to the point that you were driving through clouds? Or have you ever driven into a storm where clouds completely obscured what was going on the highway? Then you will know that if you turn your brights on, that's only going to make the clouds look bigger and brighter and will actually make it more dangerous for you to get through. Some cars have fog lights, and actually, your fog lights at this point are going to be inside of you. They're your own inner guidance, your own hunches, listening to something higher than you. We are effectively traveling on instruments right now with one proviso. Time and again this week and again all month, the clouds will part in front of us and we will get a glimpse, a clearing through the fog. We will get a glimpse of what's been in our road, what has been next to us, what has been coming at us, and then the fog will probably come back again. We have a lot of company in this, and we certainly have a lot of information coming at us. The week begins with the new moon in Gemini, the sign that I call information central. It is fluid, quick acting, ruled by Mercury, the messenger god, but also a trickster. With the new moon, you can expect to have lots of ideas erupting in you, around you, lots of reasons to talk, lots of information flying from oh so many directions. Even if you're not a natural multitasker, you're going to be challenged to do that right now. The sign has an unparalleled flexibility and maneuverability, which means if you don't like something, go dance somewhere else. It will be really easy to make quick entrances, quick exits, and you'll be seeing that going on with the people around you as well. There's an air of unreality, and that affects the seeds that we're planting at this new moon, the new ideas that come up, the next phases that begin to blossom in existing ideas and conversations. You can harness this by dreaming even bigger. This is terrific for creative projects, probably not for completing them, but for expanding what's possible in them, and the same with your attitude about what's possible in your life. Some moment of clarity is really likely by the weekend, and the reason is this. We are in a stretch now where one body after another is going to lock into the argument that's been going on between Jupiter, planet of expansion, optimism, and grandiosity, and Neptune, the dream weaver, the illusionist, and as I love to call him, the keeper of the cosmic fog machine. At the end of last week, Mercury, ruler of Gemini, locked into this pair in a configuration called a T-square. The new moon moves into it as well, and then by next weekend, the sun. How does this translate? The thing to think about is there will be pressure on Neptune, pressure on the cosmic fog machine, all week long, and in fact, all month long, meaning that the level of spin and hooey and deceit and lies will get higher, but so as well does the prospect of higher guidance, a spiritual understanding of what is going on, compassion, insight, and a realization of how you're connected to everything. As the pressure builds, the dumping out point each time there is a T-square is in Virgo. And if you look at my forecast for the month of June, I have a lot of suggestions of how acting like a Virgo is going to get you through all this. Your logical, conscious mind may or may not be able to actually assess what's going on, but you will find grounding in daily actions that bring order to your life. And as you engage in them, I am betting answers will just drop into your head. So I offer to you the guideline that I was given in my first job, believe it or not, at a McDonald's, which was time to lean is time to clean. After hosting the new moon, messenger god Mercury then dives into the waters of Cancer, starting on the 4th, and communication gets all emo. We talk about our feelings. Some of us get cranky. Some of us occasionally start taking things really personally and pull Eeyore acts. If you find yourself doing that, consider that maybe the fog is affecting your perceptions. It might be easy to be tender and nurturing in your communication with this, especially if you're a kind of intellectual type and normally hold back from that kind of expression. By the 7th, opportunities open up for communication that does dispel some of the confusion, that does bring things into more of a solid form. Mercury makes an opportunity aspect to radical Uranus, the awakener. You might find yourself saying something that was not in your conscious thinking the moment before it flew out of your mouth, and you may hear things that really surprise you but end up being a breakthrough in the actual physical manifestation of a situation in your life. And a lot of the tension eases, whether you take advantage of this or not, the next day when Venus moves into Gemini, which is Mercury's territory, and everyone becomes more chatty and inclined to just hang out with friends and escape and dash here and there and do all kinds of things to distract ourselves. Gee, imagine that we might want to do that. And laugh and have some fun for a change. She's there for the rest of the month and will be slowly building to her own T-square, getting into the ring with Jupiter and Neptune towards the end of the month. By the weekend, the Sun makes its T-square with Jupiter and Neptune, which holds the probability of you getting some clarity about yourself. You still may not have a clear picture of what's going on with anybody else, but the clouds may part, even if only briefly, in terms of your understanding of yourself. You may become much more compassionate toward yourself, always a good thing. And if nothing else, if you're wandering around in confusion, if you wonder who you are, go for a walk, clean your desk, make like a Virgo. Homing thought of the week. Time to lean is time to clean. Song of the week. Haven't used this one for a while, but it's appropriate. When You Wish Upon a Star by Jiminy Cricket. And the image of the week is sonar. I've got several resources for you that speak to what's going on this week. A guided visualization that turns on your inner GPS and syncs it with your physical senses, which is the internal guidance visualization in my shop. Also the star pond visualization, which helps you get some really well-needed R&R, a good way to sit out the fog. And my Retrogrades of Summer 2019 guide, which explains the influences that are going on all summer, gives tips for working with them, and also discusses the impact on each of the signs. All of which are available at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. You'll find additional content at Instagram at Kathy Biehl and bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl. And I am deeply grateful to my increasing number of patrons who are keeping Astro-Insight from going behind a paywall by donating as little as $1 a month, although most of my patrons are at significantly more than that. And I thank them very much. Talk to you next week.